East Stroudsburg University Men's Basketball head coach Jeff Wilson. The Warriors knock off number 16 ranked IUP tonight, 57-55. Coach, just start with the significance of this win in Koehler Fieldhouse.
Just keeps it's a big win. You know, IUP came in 8-1. Cheney beat them down at Cheney, so it's a situation where you know it's a quality win. It's a great program. We've obviously won 2 of the last 3 PSAC championships. Played for in the semifinals on the other one. So a team like that, if you can get a win, it gives you a leg up for what you're trying to do in the PSAC East.
You had been in the last 3 PSAC Final Fours, obviously one last year. They had done the same thing. It's kind of becoming a rivalry between the East and West. We only see them once a year, but finally got one against them.
Right, it's a great program. Joe does a great job. They do a very quality job of everything they do out there at IUP. I have a lot of respect for their program. Our kids have a lot of respect for their players as well. So it's a situation where 2 teams competed tonight. Came down inside the last minute, which most of our games with them have come inside the last 2 minutes at least. Unfortunately, tonight we were able to come away with a big win.
There were only a couple ties tonight. You led throughout the rest of the way, except for about 15 seconds. They made 3 free throws, on a 3-point shot, and then Whis Grant came down and made the big 3 for ESU. Whis had 12 in the second half, 14 overall. Big contribution out of him.
Yeah, Whis actually asked me if he could shoot the 3. And at that point, we might have been 0 for 15, 0 for 16, something along that line. Usually when he says something, he has a pretty strong belief it's going to happen. And I went with it because we didn't have much else going, to be very honest with you. IUP guarded us very well throughout the game. We needed a spark, and Whis definitely provided that spark tonight.
Like you said, it was kind of a grinded-out game. We'd prefer to play up-tempo, and I think we got there. At points, they'd like to play in the 50s, but you won a game against them playing in the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play all different styles. Coincidentally, Gannon, who's a very strong program in the West as well, we had to beat them in the 50s out at their place. So you have to play a lot of different styles. And while you look at it being a game in the 50s, really the pressure is what won the game for us tonight. We had 39 deflections. We try to preach if we have 35 or better, give ourselves a great opportunity to win. And the majority of those deflections were in the press. So our 2 presses that we primarily play were very effective for us tonight. Took them a little bit out of sync, I think, and our guys did a very good job in the half-court defending.
Terrance King was another big contributor with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Talk about him and any other major contributions you got.
Terrance did a very good job of adjusting to the game plan as we went. We knew they were going to load up the box on Terrance. They have a lot of big bodies. They have a 7'3" kid they put behind him. And Josh Wigan came off the bench, 6'11", maybe 280 pounds. So they have a lot of big bodies they can throw at Terrance. And every guy they have is a little bit different. Going into the game, we gave Terrance keys on what he should do against different guys, and he was very effective getting the ball and scoring the ball, changing his cuts and some of those type of things depending on who was guarding. Zach Runkle, he's been very important to us the last 4 or 5 games. Tonight I thought he did a great job of competing. He played the 3 spot, he played the 4 spot for us, a little bit of 2 when Whis went out. He just gives us a physical presence, which we needed tonight on the backboards. And I thought Lamont Tillery and Gerald Bridges did a great job. Typically in there we weren't the bigger person at any position, and all those guys did a great job on the glass. There were situations where IUP had 7'3", 6'7", 6'7" on the front line, and we had 6'4", 6'3", 6'2". So when you're able to at least keep the rebounding stats respectable, your guys are going to war on the glass, which I'm proud of them for doing.
This was a win over a ranked team. Obviously, your last win over a ranked team was exactly 4 years ago out of Gannon, 52-49. Another game that you ground out there. Just contrast that and your team's ability to play extremely well against top opponents.
Well, we haven't won tonight, so. But I think a lot of those, if you go trace back through the years, were situations where maybe we weren't ready for some of them. Now that we've had a nucleus and our style's been implemented fully, I think we have guys that believe that we can go beat a ranked opponent. We haven't always done it. Obviously, IUP's kind of had our number, including 2 semifinals 2 years ago. So it's a situation where it's good to get a win. It's good to get a good quality win. As I told my guys in the locker room, this is the 10th game of the year. Got California coming in tomorrow, another great program, program that we have a lot of respect for, and we're going to have to play every bit as hard tomorrow to come out with a win.
Warriors 8-2 overall, 5-1, leading the PSAC East, and Coach, Thank you for your time.